Welcome back, you bunch of animals, to the Track Walk Pod with PJ and Evan, where we talk all wrong opinions on Formula One, dude.
Formula One.
Formula One, dude.
Yeah,
Formula Uno, dude.
that's what we're talking about.
Oh my God, we are in the dog days of fall, brother.
Right?
Dog days of fall.
It's
now,
like rinse and repeat over here, man.
yeah, it's brutal. It's like, just say it's going to be a fall break. Don't
Don't
sit
say
there.
it's 4 weeks.
Yeah, don't just be like, oh, we have a break. Say fall break now.
Just like they do for school. Like
Yeah.
college kids get fall breaks. So
I never got
Formula
that.
One. Formula One drivers should too. Why? Baseball?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
College?
Yeah.
College doesn't like their kids.
They
That's
don't.
what it was.
No.
They just want your money.
No.
They don't care about you.
They never cared about me, and they never will.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, absolutely not.
Now, PJ, what the F is going on in your life? Make it snappy because people don't care.
Make it snappy. Make it snappy. Snappy, snappy. My sister's wedding. Missoula.
Wahoo, dude.
Yeah. And we're going to Steamboat this weekend for my birthday.
Happy birthday, Peach.
Thank you.
Is this the birthday episode?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
Oh.
Is it?
Is it?
it is.
It is. When's
Well,
your
I
birthday?
wonder- October 12th. It's on Saturday. So I wonder if it's closer to the next episode or it's closer now. We're kind of smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, you could take 2 birthday episodes if you want.
Fuck yeah. No, let's save birthday.
You wanna save
episode.
it?
Yeah.
We'll do that.
We'll get a little hat.
We'll do that. Well, congratulations to PJ's sister.
Yeah.
A wahoo.
Congratulations, Maggie and Trevor.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
What
it?
are you doing?
What am I doing? Nothing, dude. Rotting away in my house. Work is slow. And nothing has changed.
Wow.
But
Riveting.
I am preparing for the USGP, baby. Next week.
Save
dog.
save your excitement for next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Save your excitement.
I'll try to save it.
Yeah.
I
I
am
want to hear.
prepared
I want to
for it.
hear like next weekend. I'll ask about all the plans and shit on here.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
We can go over that.
Okay. Cool.
Every minute of every day, I want your minute by minute itinerary.
Yeah.
So
I'll
be
give that
ready.
to you. We actually have it all breaking down too.
Yeah,
So, broken.
sure.
Whatever.
Breaking down.
Okay, who cares, dude? Who cares about us? Let's stop yapping about
I
our
do.
lives, dude. Oh,
I care about you.
thanks, man.
I care about you guys too.
We care about you, the listener.
I feel like Otmar would say that.
Yeah. Have y'all heard
He
that,
he
Otmar?
would say, I care about you all.
Have y'all
so
heard
I want
that
to be here
Otmar
and say
interview?
I care about you, and I care about you.
You hear that, folks?
Yeah.
Okay, who cares? Honestly.
I'm the opposite of Evan.
Yeah. Who
Evan yells at the
gives a
listeners.
fuck.
I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Today's.
Let's not forget plugs this week, please.
Do it. Go.
Hurry, go. All right, guys. This is the time where you take out your cell phones, you take out your laptops, your iPads, and you search for Track Walk Pod on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Threads, TikTok, if I said that. And you give us a follow. You give us a like. Follow us for our content. It's been funny. It's been great. Evan's been killing it lately. So continue to support us. We appreciate you all. And follow the podcast. Listen to the podcast episodes. Don't just be freeloaders and watch our Instagram videos.
You know how I feel about that.
Watch the full episodes. With that, follow Track Walk Pod. Like, comment. Back to our episode.
You heard it here, folks. Do it.
PJ struggled.
Okay, no, that was pretty good.
Thanks, bud.
Good plug there.
What do we got?
Okay, on
What
the
are we doing today?
gamut today, we have breaking news. Now, we're not going to tell you what the breaking news is, so you have to tune in. And like PJ said, you're a bunch of freeloading farm animals. This is free content. You stay tuned in.
Lock it in.
Lock in.
Lock it in.
Damn it.
What was Connor McDavid saying in that there's like an Amazon episode, and that's been flying around the internet right now.
The interwebs?
Yeah.
What?
I think
I haven't seen it.
he was like yelling at the team during Game 7 or Game 6. It is electric.
Telling him to lock in?
Yeah, he's like, lock it in right fucking now.
Love that shit, dude.
Dude, he was crazy.
Love that shit.
Yeah. So
we should
lock it
tell
in.
him to come here and tell us to lock in.
No, we should tell you guys to lock
Yeah. Yeah, you
lock
guys,
it in
dude.
and stay tuned.
You fucking freeloaders. Okay.
Continue.
We had breaking news. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to deep dive on that Otmar Szafnauer interview. For those of you who haven't watched it, press pause, go watch the interview, and come back to us after that.
Spoiler alerts, they will happen.
Lots of spoiler alerts.
Yeah, because we're good at it.
Or if you just want to not watch that and just tune into us, because we have all the right opinions on it, and we can really talk about stuff real good, dude.
Real good.
Real good.
You're
Okay?
confusing me. You said we have right opinions? Earlier you said wrong opinions.
It was a joke, though.
This one or the other one?
I'm done with this conversation. I'm done.
You guys have to figure out which one we're joking about.
All right, and then we're going to go straight into some quick fire questions.
Get to know Peach and Evan a little bit.
Get to know
better.
Peach and Evan through the central nucleus of Formula One. We're going to pick each other's brains, dude. And you're going to sit there and you're going to listen.
Yeah.
Okay? You're going to lock in.
You're gonna know us better.
You're going to know us a lot better.
And we're gonna know each other better.
We're going to know each other.
We're all gonna grow. And be
Together.
happy. And be
We're
happy.
going to grow. That's what this podcast is.
Oh,
we
here
grow.
we go. Oh my
We
God.
grow together. And what
I
else
did
do we do?
this to
We
myself.
learn. We learn about stuff together.
And Evan learns how to read.
We learn how to read. And we grow and we learn. That's what this podcast is.
Help me.
Okay?
Do you see what I deal with? Help me.
That's
Help.
why you're here. You're here to grow, you're here to learn, and you're here to laugh. And that's what life is all about when you get down to it. Am I right, PJ?
Correct. I
Fuck.
can't argue there.
Hell yeah.
I can't argue there.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Let's stop yapping. We'll get into it.
Yep.
Sorry, people. All right.
Here we
Let's
go.
crack a beer.
I'll start.
We'll do. Yikes. Cheers, buddy. Let's talk some Formula One.
Cheers, dude. Nothing happened again.
Okay. I just want one comment to let us know what they think about the song.
Just one person, and then we can
One.
stop
And then I'll stop.
forever.
I'll stop. And that's what I'm going to make our main marketing goal.
Marketing goal.
Marketing goal is to have someone comment on the song. And that's it. And then we can be done with the podcast. You don't have to listen to us anymore.
One. No.
You don't have to listen.
No.
You guys can tune out. Delete us from your downloaded episodes.
Don't do that.
All right, don't do that.
But just so that for my sanity's sake, please comment one time so that Evan quits asking this dumb question.
What do you guys think about the song, dude? What do you think about the song? Banger.
This
Okay.
is a dumb question.
All right.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Stop yapping, guys. Jesus. Okay.
We
Breaking
got
news.
breaking news.
People, now listen up here. Hot Wheels now has a partnership with
Yes.
Formula One, dude. Now, if that doesn't fulfill my childhood dream, I don't know what does.
Right?
It was like Legos, cool. Gets a little old after a while.
I
But now
can't do
Hot
Legos.
Wheels?
I can't.
Yeah, no, fuck Legos, honestly.
I'm terrible. My attention span was not made for Legos.
No, absolutely not. What do you? What am I? An engineer? You know what I mean? What am I? What am I? A car mechanic?
Yeah, I go to school all day to follow instructions. Why am I coming home and listening to this G-dang packet
Yeah,
tell me
it's
what to do?
paper. You want me to read this?
Yeah, fuck no.
I'm okay.
And I have to find all the little gosh darn pieces.
Yeah, how about you just send over the Lego car already built?
Yeah, and if I want to take it apart and put it back together, then I can.
Exactly.
But
throw
it's
it at
not,
the wall.
it's not mandatory.
Yeah, leave it up to me to throw it at the wall and put it back together. Okay? Jesus fucking Christ. Hot Wheels.
my God.
Okay, Hot Wheels
This
has
guy.
signed a deal with Formula One. Now, I'm surprised that it took this long for Hot Wheels to be in the Formula One space. Have you noticed that? Like, that there's no Formula One Hot Wheels cars?
I don't know, dude. Like, I wonder what like Hot Wheels margins were like before. Their margins. What was their revenue
Right.
net loss
Right.
ratio?
Now, who pays who? Like, is it
I don't
Hot
know.
Wheels paying Formula One for the licensing of putting, their brand on the car?
I think. I mean, I'm sure that Hot Wheels has to throw some money to F1 because they're about to make a fucking boatload of
Yeah.
money from this. So they're
Right.
probably giving money back to Formula One. Sorry,
Jesus. Yeah.
you grow up.
Okay. I think this should have been done a lot earlier.
Years ago,
Years
decades
ago. And like, why, bro? It's kids and 30-year-old men
Us.
that want it.
How much do you think these are gonna go for?
I would hope like $7, dude.
Do you think you can buy a pack that has all 20? They said that they're gonna have all 20 cars.
Shut up.
Yeah. You think they're gonna have a full set pack?
They better.
And okay, I'll do you one better. Do you think they're gonna have the campers that ship the cars? Because that would be
Ooh,
awesome.
That would be badass. That would be badass.
I'll tell Sarah that I'm buying it for our nephew, but really, I'm buying them for
It's for
myself.
yourself. It's for yourself.
I'm definitely gonna have all of them.
Okay, yeah. Well, that'd be cool if we placed them strategically around the stew here. You know what I mean?
just like one here.
Yeah. That'd be fucking
It's
sick.
like little Easter eggs in the video.
Production value through the roof.
Oh, that'll be a new game. Is like
Where are the Hot
find
Wheels?
Hot Wheel. What Hot Wheel is
Oh.
it? Each episode, it's only one.
That's smart.
I am smart.
Let us know in the comments,
told-
people. Would
Yeah.
you like to look for the Hot Wheels in the video?
Yeah, tell us.
Tell us now, dude. Tell us now. This is crazy because this is like the only thing we have on our plate for Formula One. No one is doing anything in the Formula One space right now.
Right.
Everyone is minding their own fucking business. Hey, man, give me some drama. Give me something.
No, Hot Wheels is fine. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with Hot Wheels, but I'm just saying, like, that's mostly the biggest breaking news that we have today.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
God
the
damn
biggest
it.
breaking news.
someone.
That's the news of the century, dude.
Right, exactly. Formula One has been.
Quit downplaying this.
Okay, yeah, okay. But I'm just saying, as far as Formula One goes, it has been a very boring fall break. We need Nikita Mazepin grabbing titties.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
We don't need to
that.
fucking go down that road again.
Bad. That's my bad. We
That's
don't need
my
him doing
bad.
that. We don't need him doing that. I think that's it on Hot Wheels.
Sick.
Sick, dude.
Fuck yeah. Fucking Hot Wheels. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's all I care about.
Okay, whatever. Moving on from that. Fernando Alonso has given his 2 cents on why there has been such a safety car drought. Now, in my opinion, it's because we don't have a Nikita Mazepin.
We don't have a Logan
We
Sargent.
don't have a Logan Sargent. We don't have a Gotifi. That's the main reason. Now, Fernando is getting all technical with it. He's like, oh, well, when you drive the cars at 90%, everyone is so much safer. You're just not driving the car to the limit because the ride heights change, the car warps. And it's like, I don't care. Bring a shitty driver onto the grid and give us a safety car for the love of Christ.
Brings the question, is the grid too good now?
Have
Have we outdone ourselves?
Is the Formula One grid too talented?
Again, do we need an 11th team to just have average Joes?
Exactly. A team of a Nikita Mazepin and who else? Who else would fit that? Roman Grosjean?
Kubica.
Kubica? He's a stud. I'm saying no to that.
Okay.
I'm saying Grosjean and Nikita Mazepin would be a perfect safety car team.
Rubens Barrichello.
Why do you say that?
He was pretty crash prone.
Was he really?
Yeah.
He's a crashy guy.
He was very aggressive.
Well, regardless.
Irregardless or regardless?
Irregardless. What's the difference?
I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah.
I made your brain hurt.
Jesus Christ, PJ.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
No safety cars in the last 9 races.
9 races, dude.
9, dude.
Stop being so good at driving and start crashing into each other. For the love of Christ.
We need carnage.
I know. I want, and like, not a Checo carnage where it's on the last lap.
Well, there's also just like not been anything where someone completely fucks another person's race.
Yeah.
Really, like I feel like there hasn't. Like before, there'd be like a 3 or 4 car incident. Nowadays, it's just like Checo spinning on his own. Like we don't do that. Take someone out.
I know. If you're gonna cause a safety car, really make it count, dude.
Right.
Pit maneuver someone into the wall.
Right.
Something like that. And not on the last lap. Do
Make
it
it
on
personal.
Yeah, make it personal, dude. And do it on like lap 15. K-Mag, where you at, dog?
You have a clean slate.
K-Mag, you have a clean slate, dude. It's time to be a valued member of ISIS and really take out some people, dude. You're out of Guantanamo Bay. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. You've been released. Come on now. Whatever. Singapore should have been the race to do it, but instead, we had a sad Daniel Ricciardo instead of a safety car.
Right.
God damn it.
That's worse.
Yeah, that is worse.
That's worse.
You hate to see it. Okay, moving on from that. Jesus Christ, what is this episode already?
What, right into Daniel Ricciardo? You just brought it up.
Okay, yeah. Segue.
Yeah.
Segue.
Allegedly, Daniel Ricciardo was supposed to receive the keys to the city of Austin at COTA in 2 weeks' time.
But guess what?
That is ill-timed.
Very
Yeah,
bad.
man. And they told him, they're like, hey, come back at a different day and we'll give you the keys. Because obviously he's not going to be at the race.
No.
You were saying it. It's like getting fired and going back to the office the next day. Like, guys, I'm here. I'll work for free.
Yeah, exactly. Daniel Ricciardo, do not go to Austin. And I mean that in such a good way because fuck Red Bull, dude.
Right.
Fuck Red Bull.
You can't have 2 teams.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't have 2 teams. What are you doing? Stop doing that.
Right.
Obviously.
Give up 1 team.
Give it to Andretti.
Ooh.
Oh.
But we don't need to go on a tangent. How cool would it have been for Daniel Ricciardo to get the key to the city of Austin?
If he was still driving
Well, he's still going to get it. I don't want it to sound like he's not.
Yeah, but I'm glad he's not. I'm so behind Daniel Ricciardo on this. It's like, fuck you guys. I'm not going to the race.
There won't be any fanfare. It'll just be like any old Joe Schmo getting a key to the city. It's like, oh, it's not even a real fucking key. What can you fucking open with
Yeah,
that
what can
key?
you open with this stupid key to the city?
Now that I feel bad because that's now going to be what Daniel Ricciardo's ceremony's like.
I think,
Poor guy.
yeah. Because, I mean, it would only make sense for him to do it at the race, right? Because everyone's like, this is a Formula One driver, and we are Formula One
One's
fans,
here,
and we're here
hosting.
to watch the Formula One race. So it would only make sense. But me being behind Daniel Ricciardo, I say fuck Formula One. I say fuck Red Bull, dude. Daniel, don't go to the race. Don't receive this key to the city during the race.
He's not going.
That's what I'm saying. I stand behind him on that.
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck you guys.
You made him look like a sad little puppy.
Hey, come on, man.
What?
That's his life.
He did look like a sad puppy, dude.
He did, but that's, I mean,
No,
like,
I felt bad for it.
I mean, yeah, me too.
It hurt my heart.
It did. Yeah, this is the 3rd week in a row we're talking about this, but like, Daniel,
Give
walk
the man
away.
some respect.
Like, I think I saw Gunter talking about this on like a different podcast, and he was like, you shouldn't have to be in front of the cameras, and the camera's like watching that moment that you're realizing that you're out of Formula One.
Just be like, guys, I'm not going to answer
Walk
this.
away. Go
Yeah.
with your friends and family. Receive the Knight's Guard into your motorhome.
Yeah, right.
And have like an intimate moment with whoever you're friends with on the grid. You don't have to broadcast that to the world. Like me selfishly thinking like, yeah, I want to see what he has to say about it.
stood there alone, like,
Yeah, it was sad.
oh,
It was brutal.
heart-wrenching.
Me being like a Daniel Ricciardo fan, like for him, I would have wanted him to be like, fuck all the media. I'm gonna go be with my friends and family and the drivers that I like on the grid.
For my last weekend here.
I don't want to fucking do it. And it's like, I'm not going to do, if Daniel Ricciardo said, I'm not going to do the interview, what are they going to do? Fine me? I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
You can't find me. I'm finding myself.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know. He got his bag. He took off. That's fine. No key to the city. I stand behind it.
I stand behind it.
Fuck that, Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
Good shit. Good shit for denying that.
Mm-hmm. What other breaking news do we have?
Dude. This is some of like, now I don't know what this means as far as like Michael Schumacher's recovery, but Michael Schumacher has made his first public appearance since his accident to go to his daughter's wedding. Fuck yeah, the king is back, dude.
I didn't see any reports. I wonder what shape it was in, though.
Probably not great, but I mean, like, the dude is up and running.
Yeah.
The dude is up and running.
I wouldn't say running.
I wouldn't say running either, because I don't know what kind of shape he's in. But regardless,
he's out from his hermit phase.
Yeah.
Because he was a hermit. He just, no one had seen him for years.
Well, I think he was... Jesus Christ, this is hearsay. What do you...
Hearsay!
Yeah, this is hearsay, people, but...
Hearsay!
I think he was already out of his coma. He's been out of his coma for a while, right?
But I think it was there was rumors he's paralyzed from the waist down or something.
Oof. Well,
those were the rumors.
That sucks.
That's why I said not running.
Yeah. Right. Jesus Christ. Now,
but it's good that he's making a public appearance. He feels, that would say to me, he feels good enough to be back in the public eye.
Right. Which is sick. And it kind of, it's Michael Schumacher's taking a step in the right direction.
Right.
Not a step, but a roll in the right direction. If you know what I mean.
Jesus Christ, we need to change the subject now.
Listen, I'm happy he's back. Kind of.
I don't know if he's back. I don't
know. Do you think this is now this is my delusion?
Yeah, he's going to race again. Absolutely, Evan. Yep.
Do you think we'll ever see him back in the space?
I don't know. Who knows?
Now, in your medical opinion, PJ?
Yeah, I'm a doctor.
Do you think we'll ever see Michael Schumacher back in the Formula One space?
Statistically speaking, from a medical standpoint,
right? Yeah,
the odds are stacked against him.
Right.
It really depends on how his body is reacting to stem cell therapy.
Right.
I'm trying to get through it. And I could see him making a recovery and a return to the public eye within 3 years.
3 years. Yeah, you
heard
it here.
Medically speaking.
Medically speaking.
Correct. Yeah.
And that's set in stone. There's no caveats to that.
I am a doctor.
That's it. Yeah.
I am a doctor.
Right. No, I trust your medical opinion with everything, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you for your opinion on that, PJ.
I appreciate it. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank
you. Jesus Christ, this has been a train wreck. And if you're still with us, we are moving on from breaking news.
Breaking news segment is done forever.
We might actually edit the whole thing out. We apologize
We're just gonna
for
edit.
our insensitivity.
We're going to edit ourselves.
Yeah. It's just going to be a podcast of us being silent for about an hour. And I think you guys would like that.
I agree. I would like that.
Dude, we should just do a podcast where we just sit here in silence. And it's just we're just here for you. You just press play on YouTube. We're just sitting here, man.
Dudes being guys.
Dudes being guys, just drinking a beer, not saying a goddamn word. Maybe throwing some bets in, maybe gambling a little bit.
Yeah.
But not talking about it. We're here for you.
Can we go to Otmar?
Okay, we're done.
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Yapalicious today.
Holy God.
But I mean, it's what other Formula One content are you consuming?
What else are we going to do?
Nothing? Jesus.
Right.
Shut up, you freeloading farm animals. We love you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Otmar Szafnauer.
Otmar Szafnauer
has had an interview where he kind of sheds a bunch of light on his departure from Renault Alpine.
We need to give credit where credit's due. Who was it with? Is it Renault?
It was High Performance Podcast.
High
Performance Podcast.
did a great job.
Yeah, they did an awesome job. It was an
is high
incredible
performance.
interview. Really good questions. And like they're gonna fucking be like, oh, thank you. Yeah. Sorry.
Thanks, Peach and Evan.
Yeah, thank you, Peach
Hey,
and
we
Evan,
wa-
for.
We want to give a shout out back to Track Walk Pod.
Yeah.
You really
right.
drove a lot of folks to our channel. We appreciate it.
8 people to be specific.
Yeah. Yep.
You're welcome. You're welcome, dude. Now, Otmar Szafnauer. After seeing that interview, I would run through a brick wall.
Tell the
for
people
that
what
guy.
you thought about him prior, though. Like, weren't you saying you didn't?
Yeah, I was like hit or miss with him. I was like, oh, I like him, and then the Alpine deal before he shed light on it. Obviously, I was like, fumbled Oscar Piastri. You specifically, Otmar, fumbled Oscar Piastri, and I was kind of just like, this guy is your leader? Like, what is going on?
Dude, and that's actually backed up because there are episodes where you specifically, I don't know if you specifically called out Otmar, but you called out Alpine about fumbling the Oscar Piastri situation.
Yeah.
So that is valid.
Yeah. But yeah, I was very up and down about him. But after this interview, dude, I was like, this guy is an absolute G, dude.
Beast.
Yeah. Just his mentality on everything, and the way he approaches not only a role of leadership, but just like life in general.
Seems like life.
Yeah.
Right.
I want Otmar Szafnauer. Here's what. Okay. Okay. Listen here. This is
okay.
Here's what here's what I want. Right? If someone were to ask me, it could be anyone. If someone,
you got it.
It could be PJ or.
You got
listen
it,
here.
dude.
If anyone were to ask me,
tell him,
hey man, would you want Otmar Szafnauer to be your dad? I would probably say yes.
I'm not gonna say no.
I'm not gonna say no, right?
Right. Well, this is your dad, so I can't agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, like, and you're like, oh, Evan, what about your real dad? Who cares, dude? Otmar, dude. 30-year-old dude looking for someone to adopt me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll probably adopt you now.
Yeah. So, okay. So that's the episode for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We love you so much.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Oh, dude. Where do we even want to start with the Otmar interview?
Okay.
Otmar.
I guess kind of how fucking Renault did him so dirty, dude.
Yeah.
They did him dirty, or Alpine, I guess. But, like, they did that man dirty.
Well, one of the coolest things from this interview was how he handled the Oscar Piastri stuff. I loved his explanation. He's like, this happened in December. I wasn't the team principal for Alpine until March.
Yeah.
I did not, like, he's like...
They wrongfully filed the contract.
Right.
And it didn't come to light until, they made the announcement, and they made the announcement with Otmar's face on it. And obviously the deal fell through. Within like 15 minutes, Oscar Piastri was like, nah.
He's like, you didn't correctly file documents and paperwork. Right. Like, you guys lost out on this.
Yeah.
Right.
And so they put Otmar's face on it. So basically he was the scapegoat for Alpine's poor organization, poor skills on how to handle something like that. Yeah, poor execution.
And it goes back to I wanted to jump in because not that you're saying it completely wrong, but it wasn't like an HR person. It was the marketing lady,
the marketing team.
He went up to a gal that he had worked with previously, and he's like, "Come on, like, I'll just say her name's Sally." He's like, "Come on, Sally, like, you know better than that." She's like, "I'm sorry, I was told to do
told to do it from the higher ups." Which
so this goes back to, I think we're about to say the same thing.
Yeah, which segues into, he was saying that as team principal,
he didn't have full control.
He did not have control over most things. He didn't have control over the financial team. He didn't have control over the
HR team.
HR team. He didn't have control over the marketing team.
Yep.
He didn't have control over any of that shit. So it's like when people were to report to someone, they didn't report to Otmar, the team principal.
Right.
It's like, what kind of structure is going on at
Well,
these,
it's like a horrible structure too. It's like when corporate America has too many managers managing managers.
right?
Like it was probably redundant work because he had to go back and ask what these folks are doing. He probably had to go ask someone else who
completely in the dark. And
who
not
was it?
only did he not have a
Franz?
say,
Franz, who was the team owner then.
yeah, I think it was Franz. Let us know in the comments. We don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, dude.
We just watched the interview. Shut up.
We're reporting it back to you
We're barfing it up.
because the interview was sick.
The interview was incredible.
He's a good dude.
Where were we at?
Oh, just about the corporate structure there.
Right. It's just micromanagement and seemed like. And he also talked about, like, Otmar talked about his time at Ford. And he was like, here we build careers. And that was their slogan.
At
right?
Ford, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't necessarily about the performance of the cars that they were
It's
manufacturing.
just a car.
Right. And so he was like, and Alpine was exactly like that. It was like they cared more about the
Renault,
careers.
too.
Yeah, at Alpine, they cared more about the careers than they did about the on-track performance.
Yeah.
And they made it a workplace dynamic that it was a stepping stone to get wherever
You wanted to go in your career.
Right. At Alpine. This is at Alpine. We're not even talking about Force India yet.
Correct. I thought it was I felt that he, I would say, tastefully shit on Alpine too.
Oh, fuck
like
yeah.
the whole interview, he was like, and now we see how they are. He goes, I took over the team and we were solidly midfield, and we had Daniel Ricciardo and we had Nico Hülkenberg, and we were fighting for podiums. And now look where they are, bitches. It was so fucking funny, dude. Dude, he was throwing shade left and right, and it was great. I loved
Savage,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
Savage. Yeah, no, it was
He's like, they let me go, and you see what things happen
Yeah.
after that.
and like after seeing like the interview with him, I was like, oh fuck yeah. Oh fuck, I mean poor Pierre. But
Right.
thank God Esteban's on the team.
Yeah.
To take the poor performance, but poor Pierre.
Esteban, you're the new scapegoat.
They're like, you know what? Esteban's the problem.
Yeah.
Esteban is more worried about his career than the performance of the car. Get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah, right.
So, and then he talks about his time at Force India with
Mhm.
VJ.
Yeah.
And they talk about he talks about how you know what? VJ sounds like a fucking G.
Right. I mean, he built what, an
Airline?
airline empire.
Yeah.
And a Formula One team that subsequently ruined his airline empire, but
Right.
still,
Funneled the money.
he seemed
Yeah.
awesome, dude.
Yeah. No, I mean, VJ was dope because, I mean, his whole culture was both career based and performance based. I mean,
But like satisfaction, like I want to interject and say, like, it, from what Otmar had said, is how he always operated and how he operated at Force India was like, we want this place to be a place where people want to come work,
right.
where people are not worried about, I mean, to a certain degree, their job security, but he's like, I wanted to give a fair shake to everyone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wanted people to be genuinely happy in what they're doing, because when folks are happy and passionate about what they're doing, then it's going to come through with the fruit of their labors.
Exactly. And he was saying that they were working with, I mean, obviously you're going up against Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, and
Right.
they have a fraction of the
It was
of
like a
the
third
budget.
or a fourth.
third or a fourth.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, we had what, like $40 million or something like that.
Right.
That was allocated to just racing. Just racing. That's it. Bringing the tires. like making a car, being able to
Paying for folks' flights.
paying for folks' flights, paying people's salaries, getting the cars to the fucking racetrack.
Catering, hotel.
Exactly. And he was like, and then after
Whatever
that,
we could scrape up.
and after that, all we had was $4 million to develop the car.
Yeah.
As opposed to Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, who were upwards towards 40 million.
$250 million.
Well, that's how much they had as their budget. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, like a $40 million budget
But
up
with
against
no,
a quarter
with no
of a billion.
Comcast, then that's like they had $250,000 for the car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is wild, dude.
Right.
Wild. And Ferrari still couldn't get a championship.
And Force India was battling, like, strong midfield and had a handful of podiums.
Yeah, because the people wanted to work there.
Yeah.
And a cool example that Otmar was talking about was like, VJ comes in, reliability had been an issue for a long time.
It'd been like 5 or 6 consecutive races.
That reliability was an issue. And Otmar said VJ came in and was like, listen, let's all get together. Let's brainstorm on why reliability has been shit.
No, he said, go home tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, go home tonight, sleep on it, think about why reliability has been shit,
And we'll get back tomorrow.
and come back tomorrow.
He said, like, take an introspective look at this.
Yeah.
Because he went on to quantify it. He's like, it's not like this wasn't people's focus, but having this meeting moved everyone's priority there and put it into the main focus in a way that we could figure it out in a timely manner.
Exactly. And they figured it out.
Right. He's
They
like,
figured it out.
He was like, from that point, no more reliability issues.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And all it took was just a man from India
Hey,
and a
let's-
dream.
No. Oh my God. No, just dedicated effort and direction.
Right. Towards a specific problem.
Oh my God. And then I wanted, just because we're talking about leadership, also brought up the stark contrast between VJ and Lawrence. The stark contrast of let's take an introspective look versus 5 minutes. What do you have?
Yeah, what do you
Go.
Lauren, yeah, so it was the whole VJ situation. Let's go home and sleep on why reliability has been an issue for us, and let's come up with a collective solution. And then Otmar was like, as opposed to Lawrence Stroll, who walked into a meeting room and was like, you got 5 fucking minutes. You tell me why we're fucking up right now.
But he didn't bash on it. He was just saying these are different styles.
It's just different leadership
These are styles that work, because he goes on to praise Lawrence for saying, you know, there's a saying that money isn't everything, but without money, you're nothing.
You're nothing.
Something
Yeah.
like along those lines.
Which is so true. And honestly, like, it's just two different management or leadership styles, and
That he liked. That he even, I mean, like, he's even saying that he likes those because it was in contrast to how the corporate structure was at Renault.
Yeah.
That's really the crux of that conversation, I feel like, is what he wanted to get across was that was not the case at Renault. Renault was toxic. Renault was, I had zero control. I went into the situation understanding I'd have it one way, and it came out to be another way where I had no control and I had no one reporting to me, and it was just horrible. They wanted me to, like, start firing people left and right because they weren't meeting the standards. And he's like, well, but they do a good job. They've been doing this for 15 years, and it'll set this precedent that, you know, if you do your job right and you're doing it up to X standard or whatever, even if you've been here this long, you're on the chopping block. And he's like, I wasn't willing to do that to my culture.
Right.
Because culture for me is everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's sick. Like, that's someone I want to work for, because he was able to understand people on a level of what they require. And he even went into that. He's like, I knew some of my folks, I knew they were money motivated. I knew other folks, they want to be recognized for their achievements. And I knew other folks, they wanted to have ownership of what they're doing. I'm like, That's a good leader. That's
And
someone who's
he
invested
catered
to
to each person.
Exactly. That's someone who's invested in his people and wants them to succeed, because if they succeed, then the team succeeds.
Which is like another ode to that. You conniving French fucks. Why? Why would you get rid of that guy?
Right.
Why would you get rid of Otmar, who's so dedicated to it? So dedicated that he gave up his own money to pay his guys' salaries.
And business partner.
And business partner.
Because I know people will watch and correct us. They're like, no, it wasn't just him, it was his business partner. So I wanted to.
Well, either way, he took money. Either way, he took money from his own pocket, and it was a risk because he was also saying so. You know, this part is crazy to me that like, you know, you hear about these Formula One teams and how much money goes into this, and it's like Otmar was like, I can't pay my guys this week. We don't have the cash flow to pay our people.
It shows like sometimes they're pinching pennies.
Right. And so Otmar was like, hey.
Twice he did this.
Twice. Yes, twice.
Twice he did
this. Yeah. This is twice. So Otmar digs into his own pockets. Bankrolls it with his business partner, obviously his business, but which is an ode to Otmar again. His business partner was like, he's good for it.
I trust
He's good for several $1 million.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because what also he was saying, so he paid his guys on Friday and he didn't get the Formula One check, like the Formula One money, until Wednesday the next week.
Yeah.
And so
he's fronting the money.
He's fronting the money. Obviously he would get it back, but the thing is like the risk that he's taking is that on Monday the next week, someone could approach him and be like, you owe me $2 million, and if you don't give me that $2 million right fucking now, I'm shutting you guys down.
Yeah.
I'm shutting you motherfuckers down.
Yeah.
And Otmar was like, I don't care. I'll fucking pay my guys. I'll pay my guys, dude.
He also says, like, I wanted to build a culture and I wanted to build a team that people wanted to come work for. He's like, the easiest way to have people not want to work for you is you don't pay them. Or you don't pay them, or you don't pay them on time.
Right.
Which is so true. It's like...
It's true, because if my boss were to be like, hey, not today, but on Wednesday when we get our check from our clients, we'll pay you. I'd be like, oh, dude, watch how fast I walk out this door.
Yeah, right.
Watch me sprint out of the front doors of this building.
Yeah,
you'll never hear from me again.
And it shows like his there's like the difference between IQ and EQ. You know that?
Yeah, totally. I totally know that. Because IQ
Stop
and
it.
EQ.
You're done.
I know E is a different
Stop it.
vowel than I.
You're done. Can I finish my thought here?
Yeah.
But it just shows as an engineer who has an amazing IQ, super intelligent, he also had an astounding, and still does have an astounding EQ, like an emotional.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like his emotional savviness and understanding the folks and having compassion. And that's one of the words he continued to use throughout the interview is he's like, you have to be cutthroat, you have to be competitive, but you have to have a large deal of compassion too. And I was like, that's awesome. I love this guy.
I love Otmar.
Yeah.
I love Otmar. Dude, I love Otmar.
He's great.
And it was funny. He was making like he was making a reference to like when they were tight on money.
Sure.
And he said in the factory, which is so wild to me because like in the factory, he said Lawrence Stroll walked in the fucking building and he saw an engineer. Yeah, this is Force India. Otmar was saying that Lawrence Stroll walked into the factory
through the bankruptcy portions of it.
Right.
Yep.
And he saw an engineer working on a front wing that was laid on top of a trash can.
No. Sorry.
What?
I'll correct you.
Okay.
If that's right.
Yeah.
They're working on a design table. So like a higher table than normal. And there was only one design chair there. Those are like the super high ones
I see what
too.
you're saying. Yeah.
And he said he had to put a stool on a trash can to work at the same level as the design table to work on front wing components.
That is so fucking funny.
And where you're going to is like after that he's like, we're going to Costco and we're just gonna get these just so everyone has them.
This Otmar, well, I don't know if he personally went to Costco, but these guys went. Is Costco international?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, it has to be.
I saw Roman Grosjean really getting into Costco lately.
Did he? I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Because he was like...
He said Costco.
I know,
Otmar
he
said
did,
Costco.
he did. But there's been a couple of posts by Roman Grosjean. I think his last 2 consecutive posts are like, first time at Costco, and then his next post was like, back at Costco again.
Is he eating a chicken bake?
No, but I'm sure the European mind cannot comprehend
what the
American
fuck is a Costco?
Yeah, right. And this is just us ignorant Americans being
Maybe
like, this is only an American brand.
Maybe he should have just said IKEA. Then we wouldn't have this conversation.
That's true. Yeah. But IKEA is horse shit.
Yeah.
European furniture, no comfort. It's horse shit. Europeans, figure out your furniture situation, dude.
Okay. Anywho.
Yeah, so Otmar was saying that, so, with our limited budget, he's like, we don't have the budget to go to, a high-performance bench-making place.
Ergonomic chair.
Yeah, like, go fuck yourself. We're going to go to Costco, where they have sturdy workbenches, and we're going to get it for 10 times less.
Said, like, they were $200, and they just bought, like, a fuck ton.
Fire.
Yeah.
Why isn't every low-budget Formula 1 team doing shit like that?
Yeah.
Like, I know Haas was like, you know what? We're only going to do a 3-chair pit wall this year.
Yeah.
Which was so funny, dude.
Right?
We're cutting costs.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because, that kind of goes hand in hand with those lower-end teams.
You
just
expect to be all glamorous.
All glamorous. Like, you're like, I wonder who manufactured just the workbench, like we're talking about.
Right.
And then these lower end teams are like, go to Costco. Hey, let's get one at Costco.
Costco desk, man.
Yeah.
Hell
Buy
yeah.
them in bulk. Buy them in bulk, dude.
We'll outfit the whole office.
Yeah. But it's, I never thought in a million years that these, like you said, glamorous teams, you talk about millions, tens of millions of dollars being thrown around, and you're like, oh, you can't afford a workbench? It's that tight? That's crazy.
Yeah, because by the time they pay off all the big ticket items, it's like we have
$0
minimal budget.
Yeah,
bro. Like we're scraping by here.
Yeah. That's wild.
You're gonna do the most important things first, and like that workbench is number 117 on your
right. Exactly.
list.
Yeah, on our Excel spreadsheet, Williams.
Right.
Yeah, it's very low on the totem pole.
What else on Otmar? Is there any more you want to touch on?
Let's see. Hands-off approach, VJ, of course. Him paying salaries.
Overall, just a solid dude.
Yeah, so basically, like, the main thing was, like, he was so focused on his people. And Alpine, those French fucks, dude.
Couldn't give a fuck.
They could not give 2 fucks about their people or, like, the leadership that Otmar brought. Now, here's also the other thing.
Yeah.
Is, like, what if you interviewed Alpine?
Yeah, well,
you know what I
what's
mean?
the other
like,
side of the
there's
story?
2 sides to the story. Like,
Yeah.
what if you interviewed Alpine?
Right.
I wonder. But if they're not willing to talk about it, I'm sure Otmar's probably the one to listen to about this whole situation.
Right, absolutely.
Because obviously he got fucked, and he, like, notably says he got fucked by Alpine.
Plus, I don't give a shit what Alpine says.
I don't give a
I'm
fuck.
like, you're lying through your goddamn teeth.
And you guys suck, dude.
And your engine manufacturer, you just found a cheap way to start manufacturing your engine, and
Breaking news.
you're no longer a engine provider team.
Right. Breaking news. Beep, beep,
Beep, beep, beep,
beep,
beep,
beep,
beep,
beep, beep, beep, beep.
Mercedes engine.
Alpine is now going to use a Mercedes engine.
And
Now-
Renault, I remember what it was. A works team. That's what they call them.
An engine provider?
Yeah, as a works team.
They are no longer
and they're
a
no
works
longer
team.
a works team. And Renault is stopping their engine program in 2025.
Wow.
Yeah, stopping the whole program.
And they're just going to
Something that's been around for probably before I was born.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're just like, we're just going to do Mercedes stuff now. But like, it's funny because these French fucks at Alpine were
We had the superior
we have
engine.
superior engines, and none of these other teams
Dude,
can...
think about that arc. They provided engines for Red Bull. They lost Red Bull. They were a works team, and now they're nothing.
You guys are nothing, Alpine.
That's wild.
And Pierre Gasly, I feel so bad for you. Sorry, buddy. But goddamn, you guys ain't worth a shit.
They thought they were going to be so cool with their all-French lineup.
Right. And their
They didn't-
horrible office ethics, dude. Gross. Renault/Alpine.
Didn't do
Gross.
shit.
Didn't do shit with it. I don't know. I hope Mercedes just gives them shit engines.
They're like, this one's a dud.
Mercedes
Watch this.
doesn't need the money.
This is a dud. We're going to give it to
Yeah, you
Alpine.
French fucks. Take this one. Pieces of shit.
All right. That's it. You're done.
Okay.
Oh, the episode with Otmar though did inspire the segment that we're about to segue into in the rapid fire.
Well, hold on.
Okay, sorry.
I guess so, but also like Alpine just seems like
Sorry, jumped the gun.
right, a toxic work environment
Oh,
to
for
work in,
sure.
which rolls into
Oh, thank you.
what is going on with Red Bull at the moment.
Yeah, as we see this mass exodus, does it say that the work culture or the corporate culture of Red Bull is down the shitter?
Well, I mean, when you have, and you know what, you had a really good monologue about this, about Christian Horner kind of shitting the bed when it comes to office ethics,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
You were saying like, you know, Christian Horner is the leader of this team. He's the one that sets the tone.
Yep.
For the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that guy almost kind of caught up in a scandal, what does that do? What does that say for these like incredibly smart engineers? These the drivers, Jos Verstappen, who's somewhat of Max's manager, and
Well,
it's like,
Well, it starts to allow doubt to creep in.
right?
Like, is this the place for me? Is this what I want my name attached to? Are
Like
we
this
breaking
is
apart at the seams.
exactly. This is my boss.
Right.
The guy who's feeling up like an intern. Like what?
That's hearsay.
That's
all
right.
conjecture.
Conjecture. But regardless, there are WhatsApp messages. Do
Yeah,
you like
right.
Cocoa Puffs Christian Horner has? No.
Overruled. Objection, Your Honor.
Objection.
But right, no,
Regardless.
you're on a correct.
Like these are engineers. These are very put together people.
They're probably
Like
very buttoned up.
right, exactly. Like you don't see Jonathan Wheatley in a scandal with grabbing titties like Nikita Mazepin. You don't see him in a scandal doing that. You don't see Adrian Newey sending dick pics, right?
Well, you bring up a good point there too. That Otmar,
Never sent a dick pic, dude.
no, but
Good guy.
gracefully bridged that question of how do you treat the drivers. That was
Dude,
that
that
was
is such a good point.
masterful response of like, I always treated it as you have to remember that drivers are not formally educated like all of our engineers.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. So they asked. So the high performance guys. I wish I knew their names, but I don't. But they asked Otmar.
guys.
They asked Otmar, how do you treat drivers in this whole scheme of like these gigantic teams? And Otmar was like, you got to treat drivers differently. These guys are the athletes, and They didn't. They spent so much time in a go-kart. They spent so much
F3.
time in a Formula 3 car. They spent so much time in a car, they don't really have a formula, or I'm sorry, a formal education. These guys don't have a formal education.
Yeah.
So you got to treat them differently. So basically what he was saying is like, hey man, don't ever listen to drivers. They're kind of fucking idiots about a lot of stuff.
But then he did go into the caveat of like Rubens Barrichello saying like I can feel the tire separating from the rim.
Right. Yeah,
And he's like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
And they marked it, and they're like,
Oh.
it's like 1 or 2 degrees. He's like, it wasn't massive, but he's like, holy fuck, they can feel this shit. But yes, he was saying like they're just not as like we were saying, not as buttoned up. They don't have a formal education. They didn't. But really, these dudes like are homeschooled for high school. I can only imagine like what does that education look like for a homeschooled high schooler?
Right. They're like, what's 7
That's
plus
that's
7
racing all
plus
day.
3? Oscar Piastri. He's like 10. They're like, cool, dude. You graduated high school.
Yeah,
Get on out of here, you knucklehead.
yeah. Go win us some races, bud.
It is so funny how he was like, yeah, he's just like, they're idiots. They're good. So they're so good at driving, but they're so stupid, dude.
Yeah.
They're so stupid, dude.
But okay, so bringing that back to the original point of Red Bull is like, and you say it all the time, like these guys, a lot of them are straight up nerds.
So
Like
that's
a lot of these guys are just like full on nerds, and
you're talking about the drivers.
no, folks who work at Red Bull who potentially work at Red Bull that are leaving. It's like they couldn't even. This may get me in trouble, but like they couldn't even imagine being smooth with girls. So
Yes.
like the fact that my
Yes.
boss is being scandalous is like, no,
Hey.
I want nothing. They probably have such a strong moral compass that they're like, nope, I want nothing to do with this bullshit.
That's actually a really good point. Holy shit. Yeah, you're totally right. And like, I know you don't mean it in like a mean way, but like
No, I said it as
a
well. as I
lot of
could.
these guys got shoved into lockers in high school. They weren't very lucky with the ladies.
And they see Christian Horner, he's like,
Is
they're
former
like- they're
racing
like,
driver.
Your behavior is shoving people into lockers.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Horner, you're a bully, dude. Stop messaging women. I'm out of here.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's actually a
Sad
funny
what's
point, like
happening at Red Bull.
that Otmar brings up that I kind of want to bring up too, based off of that, is like these drivers have spent so much time in a go-kart or a Formula in cars, right?
Yeah.
Racing. Like listen, dude, they didn't have a high school experience. They didn't have a college experience like us. Like I've played, baseball throughout college, right? All the way through college. And I've been with like a team sport throughout my developmental years, through high school, through college, like
You need
basically-
to learn how to fit into a team.
exactly.
Right.
But on the flip side of that, you have these drivers who didn't really go to school. They would go to school like 3 times out of the week during their freshman and sophomore year of high school. And then after that, people are like, hey, dude, you're going to be racing full time. So, like, we'll homeschool you. So, not only did they get like team dynamics, like on how to work as a team, these
It's such
guys
an
didn't really get like a social, like,
It is such an individual sport too.
you got to be selfish in racing, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no friends.
Right.
There's no friends in racing, dude. Like, I'll pit maneuver you to get first place. Like, I don't give a fuck about our friendship.
Right.
As opposed to like high school baseball. Like, you're just like, I got your bag, you got mine, blah blah blah. Like, whatever kind of corny horse shit you want to slap on that. Like, these guys did not get that developmental, like, this is how society works. It's like these guys went all the way up to Formula
Team
1
building. Yeah.
and now they're just like clueless on how they're just so in their own worlds. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, now I get paid millions of dollars and I have no idea how the world works,
Yeah.
which is so funny to me.
That might be a gross overestimation.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
That may be a gross generalization.
But
How does
is
the
it
world
wrong?
work?
But
why
most
don't
of
you
these
take a
guys come
step
from
back
money.
and listen to what you just said?
But most of
These guys, they
come
don't
from
even know how to
money,
count to
too.
10.
That's what Otmar said, dude. I'm just playing off of
No,
Otmar.
I hear you.
Anyways, that's wild. That I just said
That's
that.
grossly overestimated. You're about to get slandered on the internet
Jesus Christ.
by
Okay,
every
so
person that's ever raced a car ever.
Jesus. All right, I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, you're right, Evan. I'm an idiot.
Whatever.
All I know is gas pedal on right, brake pedal on left.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
But yeah, no, you're right. Like, that toxicity, it's driving people out.
Yeah.
It really is out of Red Bull. Sorry, like it's driving people out of Red Bull.
Yeah.
And like you said, these nerds, they didn't have luck with the women, so now that they see Horners trying to get a little handsy,
You're like the high school jock, corny.
yeah, exactly. Get the fuck out of here, or I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
And they're getting the fuck out.
And Jos Verstappen wants no part of that. Now, I don't know what Max's opinions are on the whole thing.
Let's ask him.
Let's ask him.
Next week we'll have.
And then he'll be like, no comment.
Yeah.
Next question. They're like, God damn it. FIA, why would you fine Max for that? Give him
Right.
community service for answering questions. Son of a bitch.
Let's jump in.
All right. Jesus, we have
I want to
a
get
lot.
into this, and we're gonna yap
Even more people?
some more, but I do want to make sure we hit on some of these.
Okay. All right. So now,
I was excited for this.
our silly segment, baby. We are going into quick fire questions. You are going to know who we are to the bone.
Hey, if you want to know more, ask us in the
Ask
comments.
us, dude, in the comments. What are you doing not commenting?
Yeah, ask us whatever you want. We're open books, kind of.
And hurry up.
Do it now.
Okay.
All right,
Who's going first?
You start us off.
All right. First, quick fire question. Do you think the new wave of Formula One fans is good or bad for the sport? Please explain your answer.
Oh, I knew this question was coming. Overall, I believe it is a good thing. I believe that the popularity has allowed Formula One to grow. So now we have 22 races on the calendar.
24.
I'm sorry, 24 races. 24 races on the calendar. It allowed the sport to grow. As a stockholder of Liberty Media Group, I'm happy.
Shut up, dude. Jesus Christ. God, dude. Let it go.
No, but I think it's a good thing for the popularity in the States. Like it's always been a popular sport overseas, but for it to finally gain popularity and traction in the United States was huge and widely based off of Drive to Survive. So I'm not mad about that. Like I think it's only a good thing. Selfishly, it does make me grumpy just because I'm like, I liked Formula One way before you.
Right.
And new people and whatever. Just being a grumpy old man. But
Yeah.
overall, I think it's good.
Okay.
I'm going to throw that back to you. What do you think about, in a different spin, like what do you think of folks like myself who may be those grumpy older Formula
The old
One?
heads.
Yeah, the old
The
heads.
old head Formula One fans.
Yeah, what are your thoughts? You're like, sir, it's time to move over.
I'm gonna equate this. I don't know how many people that watch this watch baseball, but like, the game has changed. It's just the world has changed. Therefore, the game has, like, when a batter like hits a jack in a big spot and like pimps the home run, like bat flip, walks to first base.
Love it.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
And old heads are like, show some respect for the game, and like, and it's like,
You can have emotion and be excited.
that's what the game has changed, old man. And if he did something wrong, the pitcher's gonna beam him the next at bat anyway. So
Right.
like, he'll get what he deserves. Like, the
Right.
game governs itself. Now, bringing it back to Formula One.
Yeah.
Stop gatekeeping, dude.
Ah.
Stop gate. It's for everyone.
But
like,
that's what we're doing here.
Are we? We're gatekeeping?
No. We're opening the gates.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. I mean, like, listen to us idiots talk about it. Like, who gave us a microphone, right? Like, we don't know shit. We know some stuff, but like,
Anyone can buy microphones.
that's what I'm saying. Like, but stop gatekeeping Formula One. Listen,
Yeah.
I understand that there's such a rich history to the sport. I understand that. And I do my due diligence to read up on that, but like I'm not like the most educated on the sport. And I'm also not going to lie, like Drive to Survive was the thing that really sucked me in.
Yeah.
But I did my due diligence in like learning about the history of the sport.
Yeah.
Now, is it a lot? Not really. But like stop gatekeeping the sport, dude. Now, does it make me mad when I see like fangirls like
All they want is
defending
rumors
like
and-
just because Lando is the most attractive driver or they think that Lando is the most attractive driver, like he should be handed everything? Like, yes, those comments make me upset, but like
You're gonna have that everywhere.
you're going to have that everywhere regardless. So stop gatekeeping Formula 1. And if you're a Formula 1 fan, learn the history, man. It's fascinating. It really is.
Listen to us. You may learn a thing or two.
Yes, no. But like,
Yes. Yeah.
listen, if you're a
There's
Formula
some good stuff.
if you're a new Formula 1 fan, I'm not saying
Or an old one.
or an old one, like if you're a new Formula 1 fan, cool. But take the time to learn the history of the sport, not out of me being an old head and being like, you should know the history. I'm saying it's fascinating
Yeah.
to learn about the history of the sport.
Yep.
So what I say to the old heads, stop gatekeeping it, dude. Encourage people to like learn the history.
Share your knowledge.
Exactly.
Yep.
Stop being like, ugh, like
Your knowledge and your experience.
exactly. Share your knowledge and stop being like, oh, like I just love Lando because he's hot.
Yeah.
Because that also makes people upset. So just like, I don't know. Let's have a convergence of the two.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
That's a big word.
All right.
All right. My first question is, what is your fondest racing experience?
Dude, it's gotta be actually attending a Formula One race.
Yeah.
In Austin. I've been to the last two Austin GPs or US GPs, but like the atmosphere and it's crazy. Like you see it on TV, right?
Right.
And you're like, that is so sick. But it is surreal to see it in person, to see those cars
It's
and
even
what
sicker.
they can do. It doesn't make sense. Like you see how fast they go, you see how fast they're taking turns. It doesn't make sense to the human eye. Like it really doesn't.
Right.
And you're like, holy shit, dude, these guys are moving.
Right. Like TV doesn't do it justice.
It doesn't do it any justice. And like also like just the atmosphere of it, like it's just like a giant festival of just like incredibly fast cars. Like
Yeah.
the whole environment and like not only that, like seeing the track, seeing like the Rolex advertisements, like seeing all, it just looks so much crazier in person. I love it.
Like the production. Yeah.
It's a different ball game when you
Yeah.
actually show up to the race and see all of the man strength that goes into putting all of that shit together. The human mind cannot comprehend. It's
Correct.
wild.
Yeah.
It is wild. So that is like my favorite. What was your question?
Race experience.
That's my favorite race experience. All right, let me toss it back up to you. What is yours?
Mine's sentimental. Anything to do with my mom working for Tryon Reinbold as I was growing up. My favorite days were I was able to take my buddies to like the Tryon Reinbold suite and watch practices for the Indy 500.
That's wild. Dude.
And like sitting on the glass and being able to go back into I was too young to go into the pits.
Yeah.
But I could go back into the garage area into like the caravan stuff too. So being able to go back there, and we went to the drivers party right before the 500.
Wow.
So those experiences are my favorite and invaluable to me. Like this was it had I was young, like I was 13 or 14, but they had a very rudimentary racing sim, and I was like, I want one of these.
Yeah.
Like it was like, and I think I did decent. And I was like, this is so sick. I
sick.
need one of those.
You're like,
so
if I would have started racing when I was like 3 or 4, I could definitely be in the
yeah,
500.
if my mom and dad loved me, no, but it would be that. Do you want mine? Are you ready for mine? My question?
No, I alley-ooped your question back to you.
Yeah, do you start or?
Now it's my turn.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
This is insane, dude. This has been a mess of a podcast.
Nah, dude, it's great.
All right. Favorite driver and why?
Dude, it's evolving.
Yeah.
Like if you would have asked me, oh my God. Christ, we're falling apart.
We're falling apart at the seams here, people.
If you would have asked me a year ago, it would no doubter be Lewis Hamilton.
Which is a solid choice for anyone.
So I will give you my reason there. I like his personality. I love his personality. I like what he does for not even like the Formula One community, but the global community. The amount that he gives back in his own personal time, money, talents is crazy.
Well, also him being like a black guy in the sport,
right,
is like
just breaking
huge.
the color
Huge,
barrier.
yeah.
You know, he came from humble beginnings. Like that's awesome. The amount of hot babes he's been able to pull is also another factor. Into why he's my favorite. But it has morphed to, and I'll be quick here. It has morphed to Oscar. Just like his quiet dad style and how he goes about his racing with just a level head while rocking khaki pants and a fucking polo. Like the man has no riz, no aura, like, and he still slays.
Yeah.
That sounded so girly.
That's so sick though. Yeah.
He's still
well said. Well, absolutely
he
well
still
said.
fucks.
Yeah, he still fucks, dude.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You.
Me.
Back to you.
Mine has got to be Charles Leclerc. That's so obvious, but like you said, like Oscar Piastri is such a close second just because of how ice cold he is. But
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc's his whole like come up to Formula One and his like story of his dad dying, and
His dad does play to the emotional.
exactly, and like the fact that, you know, he told his dad, like, I drive for Ferrari, like I made it to Formula One,
And he lied.
and you liar, Charles Leclerc, and I am so for it, dude.
Yeah.
So for it. So his dad died knowing that he's in Formula One. Like,
Hey, he was just manifesting.
he was manifesting, but listen, that whole story, and then not to mention that dude is so fucking fast over a 1-lap pace. Like,
What about his relationship with Jules?
that
how
too?
he had
I
to
mean, like the
overcome
guy, dude, he just had like, he had a tough upbringing through his like detrimental years of like
His detrimental?
just like his developmental years. Yeah, like going into Formula One, like dad died.
Yeah.
Jules Bianchi died.
His
like,
developmental years, not detrimental.
well,
sorry.
detrimental, like it's either like you make it or you don't. Like those were the years where you either
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it or you don't.
Determinative.
So it's detrimental.
Determinative.
All right, whatever.
Sorry.
I don't understand words. There's
Sorry.
3 D words that we could have used there.
I'm sorry.
So, anyways, his whole story, his whole lore, Charles Leclerc's whole lore, coming up through the ranks and like making his way to Ferrari, and him still being a stud when
Yeah.
he gets there. He's a staple of Ferrari now.
Yeah.
Staple.
Yeah.
He has now been at Ferrari longer than Sebastian Vettel.
And?
What? And he gets bitches, bro.
And he's handsome as
And
hell.
he gets bitches, bro.
I was waiting for
Of
that.
course.
Yeah. I was
Drives for
waiting for
Ferrari. Like, how could you hate the
that. And
guy?
that face.
And he has his cute puppy. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's
it-
my thing.
Is it me?
Yes.
Outside of Formula One, what is either one race or one racing series you would like to go to most?
MotoGP, hands down. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't follow it closely, but seeing those guys like in death-defying machines, like literally death-defying, like there's no protection, there's no nothing, dude.
It probably goes off of what you said before. Is like your TV probably doesn't do it justice, and when you're there in person, you can't comprehend.
My brother showed me like a video on his phone, and he was in, I can't remember where he was, but he was visiting the track where MotoGP was practicing,
Yeah.
and he got entry into the track. Showed me a video. It is so loud, and like, a Formula One car is gigantic now. It's the size of a minivan. So
Yeah.
like when you see those going fast, it's almost like looking at a plane in the sky and seeing it like it's going like 500 miles an hour right above you.
Right.
But it looks like it's going really slow. Same thing with a Formula One car. But with those fucking motorcycles, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like it's just going so much faster. That would be 1000% the racing series.
And
that I would love to
they
go to.
probably have like some of the sickest locations right behind Formula One.
Right. Exactly. You?
Dude, there's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at this because I can't break it down to just one. I do want to break it down to just one, so I'll give it to you. 24 hours at Le Mans.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be
That would
so
be sick.
cool.
That would be sick.
I would love to. I don't know much about it, but I would love to hear that it's just an absolute party.
Yeah.
And like everyone's there the whole day, and like vibes are immaculate.
Yeah.
That's what my expectations are, and I think it would be so cool to see those cars driving in the night too.
That'd be badass.
And there's just like crazy sick cars.
I agree.
Let's each do one more, and then we'll call it a day.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay.
And save them for later because we can always bring them back up.
Yeah. Okay. I have two more. One will be quick.
Okay.
But this one is the real one.
Okay.
Schumacher or Lewis Hamilton?
So I saw the only times I've ever seen Schumacher race were the like McLaren
That's
Mercedes,
crazy.
the McLaren
Yeah.
Mercedes like send off ages.
Yes. I can't believe you saw that.
Which weren't his greatest, right?
Right.
So I would have to say Lewis. Like you're asking like this is like GOAT question, like
Splitting hairs.
greatest
Yeah,
of all time.
You're splitting hairs here. Yeah.
I would say Lewis. I mean, just based off of personal bias. I mean, it's the same way of saying like LeBron versus Michael.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the same reaction. I actually saw LeBron play, or like, I've only seen videos of Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar. I'm
Yeah.
a Lewis guy
Okay.
over Michael.
If you were, so for me, I would
What
say
about you?
I would say Schumacher, just because it's like Lewis Schumacher walked so Lewis could run. So it's like Michael Schumacher is the Michael Jordan and Lewis Hamilton is the Kobe.
Yeah.
Hopefully Lewis doesn't die in a helicopter accident, but as of right now, I'm taking Lewis. Or I'm sorry, I'm taking Michael Schumacher over
Okay.
Lewis, just because MJ
He did it
versus
first.
Kobe.
Yeah.
They're both incredible racers. But like,
Right.
I mean, like Michael Schumacher did it first. He figured out how to do it first.
I hear you.
So
Okay.
that's where I'm at.
What was your second one?
Okay. My second and final question is, who would win in a fight? Helmut Marko or Claire Williams?
Who would I like to see in a fight, or
Who would win the fight?
Realistically, who would win?
Who would win the fight of Helmut Marko versus Claire Williams?
I think Claire.
You think so?
I think Claire. I think Helmet would get a couple punches in on her.
Yeah.
But she'll just land one crushing blow.
It
She
takes one, dude.
She may even get like a throat punch.
Yeah.
Or
And I
she'll
mean,
hit him with her purse or something. I don't fucking know.
Jesus.
That's sexist as all get
Good
out.
Lord. Okay. But I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
It takes one blow for Helmut Marko for his bones to obliterate and turn into powder.
Or hear me out. She gets one punch, fixes his lazy eye, and then he's a fucking superhero.
And then all
And
of a
he
sudden,
goes on a tear and kills everyone.
yeah. So Claire Williams punches Helmut Marko in the face. That fixes his lazy eye, and now he has better opinions on literally everything.
Yeah, he's just a better human.
So I'm gonna vote for a Claire Williams Helmut Marko matchup very soon
Yeah.
in the paddock.
Claire Williams, probably a TKO.
I think so. I think Claire Williams.
She takes him to the ground. She fucking grounds and pounds him.
Yeah. All you got to do is get
Hammer
one.
fist.
Yeah. One good knock in on Helmut Marko, and he's fucked.
Yeah.
Nice job, Claire Williams.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You have one more?
I can.
Do one more, because you said
Cause
one more for you, one more for me. So I gave
and
you
then
two.
you took two more. Yeah, that's fine. Let me think. Give me one moment here.
Oh God.
What? Okay, this is not racing related.
Oh,
It's something
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
curious about. Best sporting event you've ever been to?
And this is unbiased.
Okay.
I swear to God, it is the Formula One race.
Okay.
It is the Formula, just because of what I said earlier. Like,
Alright.
you could see how a baseball stadium gets together and puts that together. You
Yeah.
can see how football does it. You can see how hockey does it.
Yeah.
But for something that massive and that much like planning to put that shit together, and just like the cars in general just don't look real.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an engineering feat. Even if it's just an Alpine, you're like, that is one of the fastest cars in the world.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me. You?
Okay. Can I give you two?
Ah, I guess.
Is it
Right.
is it cheating to have one that I was involved in as well?
No. Just say whatever.
Okay. My first one when I was 14 years old, for my 14th birthday, my dad and I went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And the same weekend we went to my first Penguins game and my first Steelers game.
Okay. That's it?
That's sick. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Same weekend.
Same weekend.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then my second was the Sweet 16 when I was Purdue Pete for Purdue basketball.
That's badass. Dude.
Being able to perform in the Sweet 16 at the TD Garden was crazy.
That's actually nuts.
It's so
That's
cool.
nuts.
We
Yeah.
we lost to Texas Tech, but it was still like so sick to be able to say I went to the Sweet 16.
And you were on the court
Yeah, I was Purdue Pete.
throwing T-shirts at everyone.
And dancing like a goddamn fool.
You fucking circus animal.
Oh my god, dude. We'll have to do it later, but there's also probably my greatest performance as Purdue Pete was at that game.
We have to. You got to tune in later, folks, if you want to hear that story.
Tune in at the beginning of next episode, I'll say it.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. That's it for us, people. We're done yapping. There's nothing going on. So
Hell yeah.
we're just trying to bring you some entertainment.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for being here. Next week, we will preview the Texas GP, and Evan will give us a breakdown of what he's going to do in Austin.
Fuck yeah. We'll probably give a mid-season review.
Yeah,
too.
maybe we'll get some live reporting from Austin.
Fuck yeah, dude.
This is Evan here in Austin, and this is a racetrack.
So stupid. All right, we're done. We've lost our minds, people.
All right.
If you've tuned in this long, thank you so much. Don't forget to follow Only F1 Fans Official on Instagram. And that's it. We will see you next week.
Love you guys.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.